everyone. Here we are doing another round of Ask a Life Coach. What is emotional intelligence? Okay, you're putting me to the test. It's often divided into multiple facets, and we'll see how many of them I can rattle off. I'll probably miss a few, but essentially emotional intelligence comes down to emotional awareness. So kind of being in touch with your own emotions, understanding them, some ability to, I guess, I don't want to say manage your emotions, but to not be controlled by them, where it's just like, oh my gosh, I have no emotional regulation. I just outburst at the slightest thing, and then just, catch myself and be like, wow, I'm just, completely at their mercy. To recognize the emotions of other people, to be able to interact with people in emotionally intelligent ways. In other words, to not just be really harmful with our words, or to maybe not be aware of the extent to which the things that we do might impact somebody else's emotions. To be able to find motivation and discovery in our world rather than to maybe just be kind of stifled or stagnant. And I'm sure there's more that I'm missing here. But in general, emotional intelligence is just an awareness around emotions in all contexts. And this is so incredibly important because a lot of times in life, we have to work with other people. We have to be around other humans. And that can be a wonderful thing. But if you can't read the room, if you can't understand that, you might be really harming somebody, if you don't know how to hold space for somebody when they're in a really tough place and that's what they need, and if you don't even know what you're feeling, so you always think you're making rational decisions, but in fact, your decisions are incredibly clouded by whatever emotion you're experiencing at the time, then life is going to be so insanely difficult, and you're going to have a much harder time finding success, however you define that term. So understanding emotions is key, and oftentimes it starts by understanding your own. So start with that, do the inner work, get to know your own emotional landscape pretty well, and then it'll be a lot easier for you to empathize with others. Empathy, that's part of emotional intelligence that I left out there. So that's a really big one, be able to kind of relate to other people. And the human experience is remarkably similar. We go through a lot of different things in our lives, but in terms of the emotional landscape, most of us will experience similar emotions throughout our lives. So being aware of how you felt in difficult times makes it a lot easier to have empathy for other people who are feeling such things. And when you do, the world just becomes such a better place. And you also are much more able to connect to other humans and build those healthy, meaningful relationships that make life so amazing. So thank you for asking that question. I hope some of that was helpful. I felt like, I should be able to rattle off a dissertation on emotional intelligence on the fly, but I gave you what I can. It's a good introduction, maybe get you started as you start Googling some of these terms or looking for other ways to go down that path. So I really appreciate you asking. I appreciate everybody tuning in, and I'll see you back here next time.